Hello, hello. I am recording for days 278 and 279, January 25th and 26th of 2025. And this is the weekend. So we actually um, had sort of a lot on the go this weekend. It was very much not um, very conducive to working this weekend. It was uh, Friday night, my son's friend came and slept over. My oldest was at a sleepover somewhere else, and we were just sort of like driving all over the ends of the earth and going crazy and running around. And Jace and Casey both are friends with this other boy that slept over, and they were all just so excited to see each other. It has been a while, and they were, running around like crazy and having such a blast. And then had to get up though by a decent time in the morning, and it was pretty late by the time by the time they actually settled down and went to bed. And normally, with the younger kids, even for sleepovers, I tend to, lean towards those earlier bedtimes, but I really was like, they have not seen each other in forever, and they really didn't get to see each other earlier on in the evening. The sleepover started kind of late, and there wasn't going to be a lot of time in the morning because he had to leave and go to his soccer practice or game or whatever. And they just were just having such a blast. They were really missing their friend. So we allowed the late night, which was not, the ideal setup for the weekend, but it was what it was. And then we had sort of a window of time on Saturday after he was picked up to when we had to leave again. And just trying to like tidy up the house was a nightmare because they were so tired and they were so miserable and they were making more messes than they were cleaning, and all of these things. And so I hit a point at one point where I was like, okay, enough. Go outside. Like, it was finally nice out. We've had a lot of really crappy weather lately, and I was like, just get outside, play outside. And it was nice out in the sense of like it was, just below freezing and not way below freezing. And um I bundled them up, but it was windy and the wind was really sort of cutting. And so they weren't out there for very long before they decided, like, nope, we're too cold. We're coming in. And I allowed that to happen because I could tell they were actually really cold. And I was just like, okay, well, you can come in, but you're going to have some quiet time. You're going to lie down, and not with screens. You're going to, you can lie down, read a book. You can lie down, just lie there, whatever you want, but you're just going to lie down and relax. And Casey fell asleep like really, really quickly. She was like, yep, this is exactly what my body needs. And she's used to still being able to give her body what it needs. If, she comes home from school in the morning and she's really tired that day, she always has a nap in the afternoon, and she'll tell me like, I'm really tired, mama, like, she's still listening to her body in that way. And Jace, on the other hand, he's been in full-time school now for a few years. So he's like, nope, I don't nap. I don't settle. I don't rest during the day, all these things. And it's really rare, unless he's like super sick or something like that, for him to take a nap. But I made him lie down and it was comedic, honestly, to try to see him like try to just lie there and relax. He was all over the place, flipping around in different directions on the couch. He was um like so wiggly, touching things and poking at things and making little noises and whatever, all of it. It was just ridiculous and kind of funny to watch. And anyway, that's sort of a sidetrack, but it was just sort of different than most of our Saturdays. Most of our Saturdays, we sleep in a little bit. We get to sort of relax our way through our day, and all of that. But we went from the one sleepover to it was their cousin's birthday party, and so I was driving them into the city to go and spend some time there. And of course, they were up late there as well. And it was their dad's sister's kids, so um, he met me there to take them for this birthday party and then kept them for Saturday night, even though it was my weekend. He brought them back on Sunday. So I had like a few hours on Sunday morning. Cadence was also sleeping over there because these have been her cousins her whole life. So she was sleeping over there that night. And I went and met with his sister in the partway through the day on Sunday to put Cadence up, and then he brought the other two home and whatever. So our days were just like really split in half. It felt like really scattered, sort of all over the map, and not an ideal setup for the week, I wouldn't say. Like, just going into the week today, I feel a lot less prepared than last week. I feel like, we didn't do meal planning. We didn't do all the things, right? The house is not where we'd like it to be. All the bags are not packed for the week. All of the things. But but it was still a fun weekend. They still got to do things that they enjoyed, and I did get a few hours to myself on Sunday morning, and I was really grateful for that. It was very needed. And yeah, that it just sort of was like this not very balanced, but a trust that it was enough of a balance, kind of an experience over the weekend, and just trying to make sure that everybody wasn't super overtired or exhausted or grouchy or any of that going into the week. Tomorrow is, and then just trusting tomorrow's a new day, and things are going to be better in that sense. So, I don't know. I think just because of the scattered energy, it felt less like uh, the newer balance that I was aiming for. But it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It was just a different thing, and giving, in a sense, giving the kids what they needed or wanted, and a little of what they needed, and just trusting that that's enough, and letting that be what the focus was on for these 2 days. And whenever I had the chance, filling my cup and doing what I could to make sure that I was full up, so that going into this week, I'm not drained, I'm not exhausted, and things get to be better in that way. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.